Now listen.
27th could be significant.
Now the 27th is my birthday, right? 11/27, and like I said, she used to be saying so much shit to me, right? You getting skinny, you looking sick, you feel me? Your face getting smaller and tighter, and all kind of shit. Have you ever used any other kind of drugs except for weed? And I'm looking at her like, why do you ask me all of these crazy ass questions? She used to ask me shit like, what's your worstest fears? You know, um, we'll be riding, and I tell her like, I don't feel right. Like, I feel like death is all over my body. I can feel it. I can feel it. Then I'll tell her like, man, I say, man, today when you was at work and shit, I say, how I be working out and shit. I say, today I worked out in the kitchen and shit. Right? Because we had a nice space in the kitchen. So I'm working out in the kitchen and shit. And every time I would come up out the squat and shit, I would look and shit. I say, man, this car been out here for like 2 minutes. All black Range Rovers, all black Benzes and shit. I'm talking about black tint on the motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? All different kind of cars. And I'm talking about pull right up in front of the house and just sit there for a minute or 2 minutes, right? I'm talking about you looking like, what the fuck is going on? And I tell her and shit, and she'll be like, oh, you just paranoid, right? I think you tripping. I don't want to be with a man that's going to be tripping and you starting to really scare me. And I think you should go get some help, because I don't want to be with a man that basically like I needed medicine and shit, playing on my top and shit. Now, remind you and shit, I ain't even smoking weed. I don't even smoke weed at this point. You feel me? Or maybe, wait a minute. Yeah, I am smoking weed. But at the time, I'm not drinking, I'm not popping no pills, I'm not doing nothing out of the ordinary. As somebody that smoke weed, that's so motherfucking paranoid that I'm tripping. But the whole thing is, I'm telling you what I'm going through and you trying to make it look like I'm tripping. Because you know exactly what the fuck is going on. That's the whole thing. So we'll be driving and I'm like, I don't feel right, man. I feel like I'm in suspended animation. I say, you don't want to say certain shit, but I say it anyway. Like, man, I feel like I'm dead already. And she'll be like, slow down, stop, drive like this and that. Whoa, whoa. She'll be scared as fuck in the car and shit. And I never could fucking understand this shit. Like, what the fuck? Why you keep acting like you so scared of me? Right? Like that car. That car got so much tin on it. They gotta be a certain kind of motherfucker. Right? So, while I'm looking at what's really going on and shit, right? All of the poking she doing, it's to make me, feel some kind of way. Now all this shit will be going on in one day. I think you tripping, right? Or I'll be like, I'm about to go to the store. This is when I realized that she had then done something. You feel me? That she had sided with the devil, took some money or something. It's because usually I'll be like, yo, I'm about to use your car, because her car be in front of, behind mine's, and mine's will be blocked in between the two cars, right? The Taurus that's in the back, my car, then her car. And I'll be like, I'm about to run to the store, and she'll be like, all right. Wait a minute, wait, I'm gonna go with you. Nah, I'm gonna just go with you. And you looking like, damn, like what the fuck? Usually you would think that it's just a control issue, right? But this shit's starting to get out of hand because just a few fucking weeks ago you wasn't acting like this. I'll pull off, go to the store and shit, and I come right back and shit, or however it go. Or she'll be like, can you go take this, go get some money off the card? It wasn't, oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna go with you. It's because the hit that they put out on me or whatever the fuck was going on, she didn't want her car to get shot the fuck up, or however, or knock me onto the freeway, because I seen that vision too, right? She didn't want nothing to happen to her car. You feel me? And that's really what that was about. Because usually, right, you a grown ass man, you got license, she ain't even got no motherfucking license. You got your license, you ain't got no points or none of that shit. You feel me? But you acting like I'm not responsible enough to drive. Wait a minute. You feel me? Or shit like that. And you looking like, man, you with me every day and we go places, but now it's you getting bent out of shape for me to go somewhere. Or she'll be laying there and she'll just be crying, staring at me, crying and crying and crying and crying. And this is when I knew too, because I still was showing mad ass love. But I knew something was wrong, something was fishy, but you really don't know because I'm still heavy under the spell work, right? But I knew something. And then I asked her, like, what you crying for? Like, man, why you, I'm talking about she crying. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, why you, she like, I just love you so much. And this is when I knew it. Because after so many times you crying and crying like that, we're not in no argument, we not in no beef, we not going through nothing. It ain't like I'm in, you just staring at me and you're just crying for no motherfucking reason. Just crying. So I'm looking at her like I look up and shit, and I'm like, what you crying for, baby? Damn. Like, yo, what's going on? Come here, man. Like, what's wrong with you? I just love you, and I just love you, and I just, don't never want nothing to happen to you. And I'm looking like, why? All that spell work. All that was spell work. Ain't that something? Shit deep.
A group of people, divine timing. You could have a psychic that's more in their shadow and they work with this group of people. Okay? Yeah, giving these people messages. Like somebody that was going to a psychic that wasn't in the light. They were just as dark as them. You understand? Yeah. And like they were telling this person what they wanted to hear about this good fortune. Like by them doing what they were doing, they were going to get some type of money. But this person was in their shadow. They lied. Transformation. They didn't see the transformation that was going to take place. Shift that you were going to heal. Like they left these people out of the loop. $48 to $50 is significant psychic spiritual cleanse. After maybe there's a message that someone received and this person decided to go get some type of cleanse, friendship, and a group of people, affluence.
See that? See a group of people and the influence is because she went to the gas station one night. Now I done already pulled up to the job, right, to her job, and I done peeped that she ain't at work. Right, Tarot reader was like, spin the block. So I'm watching tarot and shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? And as I'm basically talking to the goddamn TV at this point, like, what the fuck? But at the same time, I'm feeling, man, listen, I'm getting every download. She ain't even at work today. She ain't this and that. So you don't want to give the wrong. You don't want to. And then you pull up and that motherfucker there and shit. You gonna be like, man, I wasted my gas because she working all the way in Livonia and shit. I live in Detroit and shit, but I ain't got no problem with pulling up at this motherfucker and shit. So I go all the way up here and shit. And she like her coworker, right? They ran this particular establishment and shit. And she was like, nah, she ain't been here all day. I'm like, man, it's 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. This motherfucker supposed to been at work since like 9, 10 o'clock this morning. And she ain't been here, but I already knew it and shit. That shit broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. So I leave. I done went back up to the job 3 times. She still ain't been up there. She come walking through the door and shit about 7 o'clock. Whole ass attitude. Why you missing that and this and that and that? You came up to the job and you know what I'm saying? So she want to know, she was the type that would do a lot of fishing while you're talking so you can say something so she can use that. So I've been used to this shit for years, like, but I never thought of spell work. I never thought of demons real, angels, right? I never thought about no evil entities and shit and deities and shit. I never thought none of that shit was real, no real spell work. The whole time this shit real than the motherfucker. And she's using all of it. And that's what this girl talking about right now. This shit deep. You feel me?
This group of people, I'm telling you, they're friends to each other.
That was violent.
There's some